The San Francisco 49ers may have got what you could consider a bit of a steal in cornerback Isaiah Oliver, a former second round draft pick with the Atlanta Falcons, was signed on a very modest deal in free agency. Listen to how Isaiah Oliver feels that he will fit into this scheme under Steve Wilkes.
Potential role could be with the 49ers?
As I understand it, I mean, I'm here just to kind of be versatile, and help in any way I can, really. I think we kind of got to take the time to see where I fit in and what that kind of looks like, going forward through OTAs, through training camp and stuff like that. But my goal is really just come in and help the team anyway.
Hi, Isaiah. Welcome.
Hey.
How familiar are you with the 49ers defensive scheme and what they do, and what do you feel your strengths are?
Yeah. I mean, I'm familiar in the sense of obviously the 49ers have been one of the best defenses in the NFL for quite some time now. So just being able to watch that kind of from afar and study that in that aspect. But I kind of understand the scheme in that way. I feel like my strengths are just really just being able to get around the ball, be a strong tackler, be able to make plays on the ball in that way. I feel like something that I've excelled at over the past couple of years for sure. And still getting better at in that way. So that's kind of what I'm looking forward to help bring to the team.
Your new defensive coordinator, Steve Wilkes, has a background with defensive backs. Just wondering whether that influenced your decision at all, whether you've spoken with Steve at this point, and what you think about him being the defensive coordinator here.
Yeah, no, I talked to Coach Wilkes briefly. Obviously, like you said, he comes from a defensive background for sure. That's kind of where his expertise lies. Probably that was what he would say himself. So I'm definitely excited to get to work with him, and just kind of help my game in any way I can, and wherever he sees fit, for me to kind of just get better at, to help the defense, help the team. I'm looking forward to do so. I'm just really excited to just get to work with this team and these players.
Is it like all corners? You're not the hugest guy in the field, but you're known as a very strong tackler, feisty. How do you explain your contact courage?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it just really comes down to just wanting to do it. I think really, it's not so much about being the biggest guy on the field all the time. I think that certainly helps some guys for sure. But just being able to want to do it, and just going for it full speed. A lot of good things can happen for you. So that's something that I've kind of just learned over the years. Just watching guys before me, watching guys around the league. So I just feel like it's something that I kind of learned and got a lot better at for sure.
Isaiah, with rushing coverage being so well connected, you've got a great pass rusher in front of you with Bosa, Armstead, and now a couple new guys free agency. How exciting does that make it to be with the 49ers? Does that make it more attractive when it came to free agency?
It's definitely exciting. That's definitely something that the 49ers are very known for around the NFL. Definitely something that they've been really, really good at for the last few years. So it's definitely intriguing to me for sure. I mean, I feel like any defensive position, especially in the back seven, I mean, you really want a strong defensive line. That's exciting for you. Quarterback has to get the ball out quicker, things like that. Makes it harder for them. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to work with those guys. I mean, like you said, those are, I mean, all pro level type guys, talent up there, especially even guys that they signed today or are signing or whatever. But yeah, so it's exciting. Yeah, definitely.
You mentioned your versatility, and obviously you played outside and then in the slot with the Falcons. Did you find, I know in reading, people said you found your niche in the slot. That was kind of your happy place. Is that accurate? I mean, was that kind of just like, okay, this is the place for me?
Yeah, I would say so. I definitely felt much more comfortable in there. I felt like I was able to kind of play to my strengths a little more. Just being around the ball, kind of being in the run fit, things like that. I felt real comfortable doing, and I like doing a lot. I felt like it was a lot more fun for sure. So that's something that I definitely kind of grown towards for sure.
For years, the 49ers had sort of a smaller nickel cornerback in K'Waun Williams. I think he was maybe 175 pounds, very quick, agile. what are the advantages and disadvantages of being bigger? You know, I think you're what, 6'1", 205 or something like that. I mean, you know, how do you feel that size gives you an advantage in the box there?
I mean, I just feel like in the box, I mean, you can run into bigger players. You can get a lot more offensive linemen on you, responsible for blocking you, and things like that. You're closer to the ball, so that's just gonna come what comes with it. But like you said, I mean, obviously, K'Waun Williams here for a long time, but he was one of the most sure tacklers in the league during that time for sure, and was never afraid to go in there and hit something. So I don't know if it's necessarily makes that big of a difference being bigger or being 20 pounds lighter or anything like that. It's really just kind of like how I said earlier. It's just kind of knowing where you fit and then just having that want to go in there and do it. I think it's the biggest thing, more so than being a certain weight or a certain size. Yeah.
Your ACL and the recovery and coming back. Can you talk a little bit about that process? And when last year did you feel like, okay, I'm kind of back to myself?
Yeah. So yeah, coming back from that, I mean, it's just a really long process. That's kind of just what sucks about it the most. I felt like for me, it was just kind of how long it took to kind of go through that off season rehabbing, go to training camp, still rehabbing, start of the season, still rehabbing, and then finally getting back on the field to be able to play some football was a lot of fun. And I felt like kind of every week I got a little bit better and a little more confident in it as the time went on. And so, I mean, I would say probably not until like December did I really feel okay. Now I feel real good. So it wasn't. So that was really probably almost towards the end of the season. Definitely the last half of the season.